All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to Eastern Oregon Alive Sports. This is Doddsy, and I'm here with the new Sports Information Director at EOU, William McLaughlin. He comes to us from Central Washington University. William, why don't you tell the listeners and watchers how you ended up in Eastern Oregon?
It's kind of funny. So I ended up in the Pacific Northwest back in June of 2019 when I got the job to be the Director of Athletic Communications at Central Washington University. And then my fiance, who is the head women's lacrosse coach at Eastern Oregon University, she got hired in January. And then it was made known to me roughly about, I want to say, March or April through a couple of colleagues that this position was going to be coming open. The previous guy was taking a job elsewhere or looking to do something else. Don't really know, but a good buddy of mine in the Great Northwest Athletic Conference that I was in, had mentioned it to me. So I just kept my eye out, waited for the job to come open, and it did 1st of July. And then, I applied and just kind of did my due diligence of interviewing and stuff. And I was, fortunate enough that I had the qualifications they were looking for. And here I am today now, started mid-September. So I've just been kind of getting into it. Things have been going good. But that's how I ended up here in the Pacific Northwest and now good old Grande, Oregon.
Dude, that's awesome. It couldn't have worked out any better for you and your fiance. I mean, it was almost like magic. It just like fell into place, and I've known you. I met you before you got the job, and I was a huge supporter of them hiring you. I mean, I'm not saying I used any push or anything. It's not about that. It's more about the fact that as soon as I talked to you, I knew you knew sports and you had a passion for that type of work. And it's not a job that everybody's cut out for. You know that.
Oh yeah. This is I like to say it's an hourless job and it's a thankless job at times. Not
Absolutely.
in a bad way, but yeah, you know what I mean? The idea of 9 to 5 with us doesn't exist. Like that is not a thing at all. And weekends off, no way. And
no such thing.
And there are going to be those moments, where people are quick to let you know every mistake you're making rather than seeing all the good you can do. So, I mean, there are times where it's a bit thankless, but you'll learn to live with it. But we get to cover sports for a living. So, I mean, you can't beat that.
Yeah, I'll make sure and point out all the good stuff because
thank you.
I'm a
it.
huge fan of having a real nice website and being able to go to find a bio on a coach and not have to dig around. I mean, it should be accessible, and I think that's something that one of your strengths, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing a good amount of that. Right now, I'm currently just working on my game notes or quick facts, excuse me, for our fall and some of the winter sports. So once I have those done, probably should actually have most of those done by the end of this week. I'll have to send them to you just so that you have them ready to go for this year. But yeah, I mean, a lot of details what goes into this job, and I enjoy it. And making sure things are accurate and correct so that fans and those that are following, EOU athletics don't have to go searching for stuff. I take a lot of pride in that. The devil's in the detail is the biggest thing.
Absolutely. And I hear that my boy Maxie is going to be your grad assistant halftime.
Yeah. So awesome. Max McCullough, he's going to be working for us part-time. Once he's done with basketball season, things will be pick up for him for sure. But, my hope is I have a feeling this kid's going to get signed somewhere after he's done, with the career he's had. He has a chance to definitely play overseas. But if I'm fortunate enough, maybe he won't, and I'll get him for another year as a GA and really hone his skills and make my job and my boss's job a lot easier. But we'll see what happens. But for now, he's gonna be our part-time GA, and I'm looking forward to it. I've heard a lot of good things about him.
Yeah, the selfish me wants him to stay. Like, I want him to stay here in LeGrand. I don't want him to go anywhere. He's I mean, he's just the kind of kid that even the coaches, it's like, dude, when his name is mentioned, a smile goes onto people's faces, like automatically, because Max he carries himself like he's way older than he is, for one thing. For another thing, he's active in the community. I mean, he's just a good kid all the way around.
Yeah, I met him actually today for the first time. He had to come by my office to pick up some paperwork. So, we sat down and we talked, and I I told him I'm a pretty straightforward boss. When I give you a job to do, get it done. We're not going to have any problems as long as you communicate with me. That's all I ask for. So, and I
I
know
don't
he's
think
going to
you'll
do
have
that.
any problems with that with him.
Yeah, I'm
So
not worried about him.
let's talk about you. Like, tell me about yourself. Where do you come from? What are your interests? What are your hobbies?
Yeah, so I originally hail from the Four Corners area of New Mexico. I was born and raised on the Navajo Nation, from Crystal, New Mexico originally, but spent the first 18 years of my life living out there. And I grew up in a sports family. I'm the youngest of five. I have a twin brother, and every one of my siblings was either offered the opportunity to compete at the collegiate level or competed at the collegiate level. My twin brother was a cross country runner for 3 years. I myself ran track for 3 years. My oldest brother ran cross country at Haskell University for 4 years. And both my older brother, and my only sister both had opportunities to compete in track and field at the collegiate level, but chose not to. They had their own lives to live, and by the time they were done with high school, they were just ready to call it a day. But so yeah, I love sports. My dad's been an area high school coach in New Mexico and Arizona for, I want to say, the last 30 some odd years, and I used to film his games, so that's what got me into sports. And yeah, I mean, I enjoy watching sports for fun. I love to play disc golf. I'm big on hiking, thanks to Monica. I used to do it a lot when I was younger and kind of fell off the map, but she got me back into it. I enjoy, doing the occasional video editing here and there with highlights. I do some highlight packages for my dad's high school kids when they need it. And yeah, like I said, watching sports, big Miami Heat fan. D Wade was my guy at Marquette. So when he went to Miami, I just kind of followed along with that. Kind of grew up watching the Lakers as well too, but through and through, I'm a sports junkie. I kind of identify myself as that. So
Nice.
that's kind of who I am as a person.
Tyler Hero had a little coming out party last night, didn't he?
Oh my gosh,
Wow.
my Hero Academia, he
Oh.
was killing it last night.
Yeah, so
3-1.
we're here with William McLaughlin. He's the new SID at EOU. He is the fiance of women's lacrosse coach Monica, Coach P. I'll just say that. I'm not going to say her
Yeah.
whole name because that's what everybody calls her, anyways.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you: what kind of bribe did the women's soccer coach work with you to get you to wear that shirt today?
Today,
Yeah,
nothing at all.
it just happened to be, huh?
You and I had been trying to get this interview done for a while, and
Yeah.
I kind of offset my days. Like some days I'll dress up really nice, like a polo tucked in, nice dress shoes, and like slacks or something. And then there are days where I'm like, I'm going to be here for 8+ hours doing stuff with no lunch break. So I want to be comfortable. So today I just threw on some jeans, and this was the first shirt on top of the drawer. And, Coach P was actually giving me flack this morning about it. She's just like, how come you don't wear an EOU lacrosse shirt to work? And I'm like, because it's still in the dryer.
Yeah,
right. My
right.
response. So
what was
no bribing.
What was the very first task that sweet Sammy Flett put in front of you as the new SID?
Oh man. Actually, it was going through and looking at all the inventory and equipment we had. And so my first official day was last Tuesday, and or 2 weeks ago, basically on Tuesday, the 15th. Well, I came in Monday because I had to get some paperwork done with HR and stuff. And I came by just to see what my office was going to look like. And Sammy was like, yeah, here's all the equipment. Like, if you want to look through it. And on my unofficial
Like all the
day,
sports equipment?
all the like the video streaming equipment.
Oh, I thought you meant like I was
No,
like, that's
no.
Alvarez's job.
But all the like video equipment was just sitting on a shelf. So I went through and just kind of reorganized the inventory on my unofficial first day. And then Tuesday when I came in, I started getting like access to all of my email, my stuff for the NAIA. I introduced myself to the conference SIDs. So it's more so just kind of
so you got to meet
getting
Safford,
settled.
huh?
Yeah, we haven't officially met. It's more so just I sent him everybody an email, and I said, hey, my name's Will. Safford and I actually talked a little bit because he graduated from Central, and I'm working on my second master's from
nice.
CWU. So we were talking over Campus Totem Burgers, which are hands down some of the best burgers in the Pacific Northwest. I call that right now, top 5 best burgers in the Northwest.
Sappy's a good
Northwest.
dude, man.
Yeah,
really good dude. Knowledgeable too. Really good at his job as well.
Yeah, I knew who he was before I got to Eastern, and I know he's one of the best SIDs in our conference. And my goal, I haven't told him yet, but I told him my goal is to dethrone him for SID of the year in the next 2 or 3 years. So that's the goal. Like to prove my worth, I'm going to try to dethrone the great Mike Safford. So we'll see what happens.
So as we all know, Johnny, he went to Boise, so he'll be covering C of I now. Mm-hmm. And the very first thing I said to him was, dude, on the road games when I'm there with EOU, don't even sit next to me because we ain't even talking. Like you're with Kobe Blaine and C of I. You don't come anywhere near me, bro. Like period.
Don't talk to me. You can't sit with us.
Are you pineapple on pizza?
No.
Me neither.
No. What is wrong with people?
Yeah,
that's not a thing. And if anybody wants to debate me on that, go for it. That's whatever.
Steak or seafood?
Oh man, if my fiance's cooking, who is a phenomenal cook, it's got to be both. I can do a surf and turf any day with her cooking. She's amazing.
I got to stop looking at her pictures on Instagram and Facebook because every time I do, I drool on my shirt.
Yeah, I'm drooling on my shirt before I eat that food she's showing on Instagram. But no, if I had to pick, it'd be seafood.
What's your choice? What's your goal? Like moving forward, like 10 years from now, where does William McLaughlin want to be? And do you go by William or do you go by Will or what do you go by?
Will or William's fine. Shorthand reference. If you got to be.
You got a nickname?
A couple actually.
Anything you want to put out there?
Sure, I'll put them all out there. None of them are bad. With my fiance, it's Boo Bear. Just so people can roast me later.
Call you that, bro.
No, I know you won't. I don't want you to call me that. Mac, but we have Coach Mac here at the university, so Will's the short one. My dad's name is Bill, so don't call me that.
I wouldn't. No.
Do not call me that. But everybody used to call me Billy for a little bit when I was a kid, so I ended up getting Billy the Kid, and then it got shortened to the Kid. So I'll hear that from time to time. But Will and then Willie Mac, that's like my alter ego when I'm in the weight room or hanging out with my good buddies that are big
Willie
WWE fans. Yeah, nice. Willie Mac. Yeah.
Nice. You're a Wu-Tang fan too, huh?
Oh, yes. Everything in life is temporary. Wu-Tang is forever.
Like, Wu-Tang. All right, let's do a quick I'm going to put you on the spot and don't make me have to cut this out. Original 9 members of Wu-Tang, go.
Oh, okay. The RZA, who a lot of people forget, is kind of the OG founder of the group. You have Method Man. I don't really ever know how to say his name, but it's like GZA or
Jizza. The RZA,
yeah.
The Jizza.
Yeah, I always get that one like ODB, rest in peace.
Bastard, yeah.
Yeah, and then Method, or did I already say Method?
You said Method Man.
Okay, Method Man, I already said. Oh man, how am I drawing a blank on this right now? Ghostface Killer.
Yep, you got
Ghostface
5.
Killer, and then the other 4.
They're the hardest.
Oh, I know. Gosh.
A lot of people want to say Redman, but Redman's not an original member of Wu-Tang.
No, Redman and Method joined together after the fact, and Redman's featured on a lot of tracks, but he's not an OG member. Just like a lot of people think Logic is an OG Wu-Tang member. He's not. He's just influenced hardcore by them. Oh, man. I was just watching the Hulu series of this group, too, the other night, and how am I spacing the last 4?
They're the hardest ones. I mean, they're the least famous out of all of them.
Gosh. Wait, no, don't cut this out.
We're working through it, brother. We're working through
it. Okay. No. I'm gonna get this. I know this 4.
Get it.
Okay.
I'm not giving you any hints either.
I know. I'm trying to think. Oh man.
Come on.
I know. Give me a second. I'm thinking.
So you said RZA, you said Jizza, you said ODB, you said Method Man, and you said Raekwon, right?
No, I did not say Raekwon. Okay, so that's one of them.
So you have 4 left then.
Okay.
You have 4 left.
I have 3 left.
No, there's 9. Who else did you
Yeah.
say?
So I said RZA, Method, ODB, Ghostface Killer, Inspector Deck,
Oh, there. That's a new one. That's a fresh one. Now you only have
Raekwon,
2 left. Yep. Now you only have
Raekwon.
2 left. The 2 hardest ones too. The 2 least popular of all of the original members of the Woo.
Master Killer,
Oh yes, killing it. You got 1 left.
Jackpot something Waddy. Jackpot Scotty Waddy?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Capadonna?
Nope.
No. I don't know. I'm missing.
You God.
You God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Hey, you killed it though. 99% of people cannot name 5 original Wu-Tang members.
Oh,
so I'm proud of you for that because I'm a hip hop dude, man. I lately I've been listening to the new Locks album. I don't know if you know who Locks are, but they're like it's Styles P, Sleek Louch, and Jadakiss, and their first album came out in '96.
I've heard of them, but I've never actually like gone through and listened to their discography. Right now, just because a lot of people say he's mainstream, which he is, but my twin brother got me into his younger stuff. But like Logic from his underground era till now has been like
Logic.
Huge. Yeah, his new album, No Pressure. You can ask my fiance. I play that thing on repeat like day in and day out. And then if it's not that, I'm listening to heavy metal. So
I'm a big heavy metal fan too. It's crazy. My dad is actually, has dinner on a regular basis with Chris Cale. He's one of his best friends.
Oh, nice.
From Five Finger Death Punch. My dad's also involved with Nikki Sixx. My dad is cool. He's in the heavy metal scene, and so heavy metal's one of the.
My biggest thing right now is Fit for a King, After Burial, Asking Alexandria, and then Beartooth. They're some of my favorite bands right now.
Nice.
Like Fit for a King, I love because they slap. They slap so hard. I love it.
Nice. What's the most important part of your job? What do you think is the most important part of your job?
If we're looking at it in the core functionality of what the job is, I say it's live stats or stats in general, because that's where this title, if you go back and look at like the history of athletics and how this position started, it's in my mind, it's stats in sports, having stats correct, live stats integration and being able to put out numbers that are accurate, because at the end of the day, when you look at players that get nominated for like all conference, all region, all American, Hall of Fame, the first thing we always fall back on is what numbers did they put up? Because poetry, politics, and love, these are all lies. Numbers never lie.
Yeah, numbers don't lie.
Never lie. Like,
that's why I'm a math dude.
Regardless of what you believe in or what you think, numbers are always right. Numbers never lie. So I think that's the key component. Now, in today's realm with, younger SIDs like myself that understand video, social media, and more of that online integration now, video streaming, social media, that's a big thing now. I think if you don't know that, or at least have an understanding of how to, tackle those, you're not going to survive in this, because every day someone's trying to think of something new and innovative that captures fans. And, here in Grande, we have an older fan base still, which is great, because then we can still push a lot of the in-person, but at the same time, we have to cater to the more and more younger generations. I mean, I met some student athletes the other day, and they're like, yeah, I was born in 99. I'm like, oh man, we are so close to that 2000s era that it's different. So I think
for sure.
I think those are the key components. In my mind, it's always going to be stats, but you have to know video and social media and how to tailor to a younger audience. And
I agree with you on that. Unfortunately, for Eastern's sake, we tend to get screwed, man. When it comes, even if the stats are dead on, we tend to get screwed when it comes to all conference and especially all American. I mean, it's just because we're in the northeastern corner of Oregon. And I mean,
Yeah.
we had a guy last year on the basketball team that should have been an All-American, and he didn't get All-American. He just signed a pro contract, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
And he had the best numbers in the whole country. I looked it up and I put it out for people to see that. And I actually said something on the CCC Facebook page and everything. I was like, we're doing a big injustice by not pushing for this guy to get All-American. But that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is these kids are in school and we're back from this coronavirus. You know, I'm not saying it's over by any means, but at least, I mean, I talked to a couple of my basketball dudes yesterday and they were like, yeah, we passed our coronavirus test. Like we're able to like check in and start going back into the gym. And that's huge. And it's going to be huge for you too, to start seeing kids' faces around there to get to know them.
Oh yeah. Actually, just in the last couple of days, you know, we've seen students walking in and out. You know, I was going to fill my water bottle in the hallway and I could hear basketballs bouncing in the gym. And I was just like, wow.
Yeah.
I almost, like, you know how you don't hear something for so long, it takes you a second to associate it. And I was just like,
for it to register.
Oh yeah, that's right. Basketball's a thing here still. Like, we have basketball, and it was great. So hearing that's, yeah, it's awesome. And you know, with my previous job, I was furloughed for 2 months. And right before I got the job here, I was doing nothing. I was sitting at home with my 2 cats, just playing Mario Kart and Super Mario Party, you know, honing the skills. But it was just, I was getting bored, and being in the office doing monotonous, like updating stats, flipping rosters, getting schedules ready, like easy, boring stuff in my profession. I love it. Like being able to put up baseball, softball, both basketballs and both soccer schedules and volleyball schedules, just like, so relieving.
Well, William, I'm super happy that we have you for SID. I mean, our relationship is going to grow, obviously, just based on the nature of the business. But at the same time, I look forward to getting to know you as a person too.
Heck yeah, man.
And I appreciate for you coming on the show, and we'll stay in touch, and we'll have you on again here real soon. This is William McLaughlin. He's the new sports information director at Eastern Oregon University, and that's it.
All right. Appreciate it.
We're good, brother. I'm stopping it right now.